you? How are 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 you doing? Are you holding up? Are you doing alright? Are you doing okay? As I have now stolen from Link's ASMR. I have a cup of tea. A nice warm cup of tea. A nice warm cup of tea. And I thought we could just do a little bit of a check-in and chat. A check-in and chat. A check-in and chat. So, how are you? How have you been? What's been going on? I need to get my desk mat still. I still need to get my desk mat. Let me put this over here so it is all eyes on me. It's so bright. Alright. My background is brighter than my future. Don't say that. Okay. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. I'm like an angry little rat today. And it's all month, actually. All 56 days of this cycle. Alright. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, I'm Spantopia, but you can call me Span. How are you? 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 How are things? Are you holding up? Are you doing alright? Are you doing okay? I have my cup of joe here, my cup of tea with a little echidna, on the front. Well, I consider it the back because I like to hold my cup with my right hand because I'm right-handed. But then all you see is grass. But I see the little cute echidna, but I'd like to turn it around so that you see the cute echidna. Okay, it is absolutely freezing here today. So I've got my big blanket jacket thing on, and I've got my scarf and my jumper underneath, and my beanie, and I'm about to put on my mittens, my glovies, my glovey gloves, my fingerless gloves. It was snowing yesterday. My mum drove, but we drove through a snowstorm. It was landing on the ground. You could see the tire tracks of the cars in front of us. We were behind a big truck. It was absolutely stunning. First time I've driven through a isolated snowstorm like that. That was on the way to the doctors yesterday. But it was very chilly. And it's been less cold today. But I did see a pink sky at midday, like sunset on the horizon, but that means there were particles in the clouds reflecting differently, and that was, I'm in so much pain, and that was probably a snow cloud, so it was probably distant snow then also. So how am I doing? Not great. My physical health, and I guess mental health, my health has been declining a little bit. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. That was loud. A doctor's appointment yesterday, which is why we drove through the snow, because to get to the snow you have to go kind of up a little bit to and then down a mountain, and then across to the coast. It's like a 2-hour drive-ish. We leave at 3 hours to do it, but we usually get there early. So it's like a 2.5-hour drive to get to my specialist doctor, which we thought I might go to once or twice a year. It's been every month for almost these other pain and things we've been treating for this whole time, but the treatments haven't been working, or I've been having rather negative side effects. My most recent one was a progesterone cream side effect, which was pounding heart, like horrible heart pounding sensation, palpitations sort of thing, and that was this month. So I was told to stop that. So it was an $88 cream. Too much information perhaps, but we're friends. Yeah, so my health's been not great, so I'm getting a whole bunch more tests done. I took in a test to the pathology place today, this morning, and yeah, I've been, my psychologist, who I've also been to recently, and I need to book in another appointment for, but my psychologist tells me I'm in burnout, which, like, slay. Yeah. But fear not, I'm not overdoing it by doing this video. I've been not doing videos recently, and I've got heaps of ideas and plans and things to do for the videos, but I just have to take it real slow, and every time I do anything I am in pain, so I'd love to do more. It's snapping, clicking videos, but like, even just starting hurts. I was vacuuming earlier, and I started vacuuming, and literally within a minute, 1 minute of doing vacuuming, which is, it takes like 20 minutes to do the house, I was in so much pain. I had to keep swapping hands and stopping, and I was just like, this is insane actually. And I've been having back spasms real bad, so I've got to book into my chiropractor. I forgot again to book into that. I've been having a whole bunch of ADHD tax problems. The ADHD tax, if you don't know, is when you forget to do things like make appointments, or you forget to cancel subscriptions, or you redeemed a code for a subscription and then it won't let you sign back in again. So I had to. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a masterclass, a BBC Maestro class in creative writing, so hopefully soon I will get re-addicted to writing again. My feet. So hopefully for soon I'll get re-addicted to writing again, and I will be able to write you a novel. I finally, after well over 12 months, I finally got my royalty payouts from my poetry book. Actually, let me tell you a story from last night. So last night we were watching Antiques Roadshow. What is this? What's going on here? I think it's a saw. Oh, the heater's kicked in. Oh, that's good. I've been wearing my glasses. I haven't noticed it all day, and then my glasses were too on my face. So it's not. Maybe it's just shadow. Anyway, ignore that. My third eye coming in. What is going on? Just let me. I don't know. It's okay. Let me just. Well, I can't put makeup on it because I got makeup in this eye and it gained it. I put makeup on, and if you follow me, oh my god, what is my brain? So many stories. Okay. Ignore this. I don't know what it is. It hurts a little bit. I think it might be some sort of skin reaction that I'm having. That's fine. It doesn't hurt too much. It's just there. The other day, I had a weird gender moment and I wanted to feel feminine, and I put on makeup, and it was the worst decision. One, I felt like a fraud. I felt terrible. I didn't feel like I looked very good. And then I got this bright red stinging face everywhere. And then after I took all the makeup off, I got prickles in this eye. Real prickle sensation in this corner of this eye, which is it's days later now, still this guy had written in when he was a young boy to Tolkien to ask him something, and Tolkien had replied, and it was magnificent. Apparently Tolkien replied to a lot of letters, but this one had some sort of, do you hear that? Whistled. Lady whistled down. It me. Okay. I'm not doing very well at the moment, you may have noticed. Okay, so, oh, also D, are you watching? Are you there, D? If you're not, that's fine, but I'm a little bit worried. I haven't heard from you in a really long time, and I really hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing alright, D. I really hope you're doing well. I hope you're okay. Never get attached. So Tolkien had written this letter, and this was a great letter that really impacted this man's life, and I said, one day, I will be a published author, and people will write to me, and it will be like this big impactful thing on their life that they got a letter from me, an author. And I was like being all flamboyant, and then my dad looked at me. He looked at me, and he said, that already happens. And I realized, correct, I already get letters from people who've read my writing, and it's impacted their lives, and they're so excited, and it's I cried. Life goal accomplished. Like, this was something I didn't realize. I just got royalties from the book that I got published of poetry that is reaching other people, and they're reading it and they're loving it, and I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who's messaged me, who's written to me, who's reviewed my book, who's read my book, who's commented how lovely it is, who's silently read it. Like, oh, there goes the kangaroo past the window. Anyway, this was a profound moment for me. I cried. I just couldn't realize that I had accomplished writing a book that other people related to and then wrote to me about the things that I'd written at a wall. Not that I'm by any means J.R.R. Tolkien, but I am Anna Spantopia. Like, what? So anyway, I got my royalties from my book, and I really feel accomplished, and I'm gonna get back into writing. I've already started writing. I've started writing the I guess sequel, my second book of poetry. I've started writing it, and I'm excited. I'm keen. So hopefully I will start writing an actual novel, or working on the novel I've already started, and I've started 2 books already, and I think one of them is a good idea. It's just a romance. It's a romance novel, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit different to my poetry stuff, but hopefully. So I'm gonna be doing a Maestro BBC class, because I finally got back in, because it was a whole ordeal. Anyway, this video is chaos. I hope you enjoy chaos, because this video is non-linear, my friend. Okay. My friends, right? You don't mind. So anyway, that's how I've been doing. It's been like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks since I've filmed a video. So I'm not doing great with the talky talks to the camera at the moment. So I'm not sure how few and far between videos are going to be. I've got one that should be out soon. Should already be out by the time absolutely will be out by the time you see this video. Of pyrography, because I've been doing a little bit of wood burning, but again, I can only do things in tiny little bursts before I have to stop because of the pain. well, it did. It didn't stop my pain. It didn't stop any of my pain. Like, even just holding my half-empty cup of tea is hurting my wrist. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. So I still got 15 minutes. Okay. So I do have one more video I want to film after this one, but I will have to sit down for it because my feet are hurting. Anyway, I've got some little golden books today. Today I bought some little golden books. I got a little golden book haul, so I'm very excited. This one's the friendly book, but I'm very excited. Also, this book is so funny. It's like the inside of the book is different to the outside. Anyways, what was I saying? Everything hurts. I was complaining. I'm not well. Videos will be few and far between because even though I've been doing little bits of biography, again, I can only do little bits at a time, so it's a half-hour video, no talking, real time, but I've had to do little snippets and then put them together. Like, I think the most I can do is like 5 minutes maybe, which is super frustrating because my little autistic brain in here, he don't like swapping between tasks, right? So the fact that I can only do something for 15 minutes max is unhelpful for my hyperfocus who likes to do things for 12 hours straight. The only thing that I've been doing longer is playing The Sims because, well, it's mostly just sitting on my bed and I can play The Sims and I can stop using my arms and just watch what The Sims are doing, and I find it far more fulfilling than watching a show in bed. I don't know why, but if I'm sitting in bed or watching in bed, it doesn't immerse me as much. I still feel my physical body, but when I'm in The Sims it goes. So anyway, yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, this is what's there to remind me to do that, and remind you to do that as well. Alright. I miss you. I know it probably doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels to me like it's been a really long time between videos, and I think it's been 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. The last one I did was showing you the postcards. So whenever that was. But it feels like an eternity, like it's been a really long couple of weeks. I've had PMS for like 5 weeks now. I have PMDD, and I've just not gotten any better. I've not finished my cycle, so it's a lot is happening, and it's always a lot, and I've learnt a thing called intellectualization, which apparently is a defense mechanism that I have, which instead of processing feelings, I intellectualize them. I'm still learning about this. This is brand new. Just found out this in therapy, like last week. So I'm also depressed, but I mean, I've had medical professionals tell me I'm depressed for like a really long time. Like every single medical professional I've ever been to has been like, you have severe depression, and I've been like, oh. But recently I've had my good specialist doctor and my therapist explain something to me in the same way. This is depressing because depression, but I'm going to explain it to you anyway. So the thing was that other people's moods, right? They've got this normal bar, they're just traveling along at this normal pace of life, and then something good happens and they feel great, they feel good, and then they go back to this normal progression of feeling normal, and then something bad happens and it goes down and they feel bad, and then they're feeling pretty bad, but then it comes back up and they feel good again. But both of my medical, so 2 different medical professionals have explained to me that my normal is low mood. So I've started a low mood, and then if something good happens, I get up to where other people are normal. Other people feel great. I feel normal which to me feels good because I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And then I go back down to feeling low, to feeling sad. And then when something bad happens, I absolutely crash and burn and teary and can't. I just have a meltdown. And I don't deal very well because my starting point is lower. So my lowest points are even lower than is necessary. So that's where I'm at. I've learned that I don't really have the peaks, the normal, the highs. Everybody has highs and lows in a roller coaster of life, but most people travel like this, but I'm traveling like this. So they both explained this to me, which was interesting, but one from a mental point of view, psychologist, and one from a physical point of view, my doctor, who was like, well, let's give you some, let's get your copper levels down, let's try and get your hormones balanced, and then maybe they'll even each other out. I don't know which side's going to do better, but they're both saying the same thing, so if I can treat both, that would just be wonderful. If we can find out why physically and why emotionally, and heal both of those sides, maybe I'll get all the way up to normal. The dream. Alright. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, for sticking around. I'm not awful. I'm just not good ever, apparently. Nervous giggling. I'm laughing, but apparently I'm intellectualizing my sadness. Okay, anyway, defense mechanisms for the win. I am also, because I'm autistic, you know this, I'm heavily masking, but I've got lots of things to be proud of, lots of accomplishments. Even just showing up here doing this, talking to you, is a huge accomplishment. Having written a book, having a successful monetized YouTube channel. I made over $150 at the local gallery. I won, highly commended, and sold. Like, I am doing good things are happening. I just don't experience joy from them. Anyways, I'm fine. How are you? I hope that you're having a really good night. I hope you're having a really good night. A really good night, and that you sleep so well. I hope you sleep really well. Alright. Good night. Good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Patreon. Okay, I love you. Good night. Good night, sleep well. Good night, sleep well. Good night, sleep well. How do you turn this thing off?